Well, good morning, everybody, and thank you for attending our Medicare First Look 2021 meeting. This is the first time we've done a virtual meeting like this, and we certainly hope that you enjoy it. I want to tell you about three brothers that I know. Their ages 92, 94, and 96, and they all live in a house together. Now, one night, the 96-year-old draws a bath, puts his foot in, and pauses. He yells down the stairs, "Was I getting in or out of the bath?" The 94-year-old yells back, "I don't know. I'll come up and see." He starts up the stairs and pauses. Then he yells, "Was I going up the stairs or coming down?" The 92-year-old was sitting at the kitchen table having coffee, listening to his brothers. He shakes his head and says, "I sure hope I never get that forgetful." He knocks on wood for good luck. Then he yells, "I'll come up and help both of you soon as I see who's at the door." Well, I guess this just goes to show that these fellas needed the Medicare insurance, as we all do when we reach aging in or age 65. So welcome. Thank you for listening to my little story, and thank you for attending again our Medicare First Look presentation for our clients and friends for 2021. In this very unusual year, we've seen many changes planned for the new annual enrollment period that's beginning on October the 15th. We're now able to release new information to you, and we recommend doing this on a one-on-one basis, but more on that later. More than ever before, we are seeing many new benefits for Medicare beneficiaries in 2021. This year sort of looks like a loaded baked potato. Plans are just loaded with benefits. As carriers become more and more competitive, each company is trying to outdo the other with benefits, which is great for those of us on Medicare. Now, do keep in mind, all ancillary benefits are not plan specific. Not all plans have the same benefits. First, let's take a look at a brief background that will determine how the Medicare future might look. And then we'll examine some of the most important changes that you will see next year. So let's go. Here's an old graph from the Kaiser Foundation. It was produced in 2008, and I'm using it just to show you how things can change. We are an aging population, and that's going to put more stress on the healthcare system in the years to come. Now, in 2010, it was estimated that we had 13 million Medicare beneficiaries. And back at that time, they predicted in 2030, we'd be looking at a little less than 20 million beneficiaries. However, that figure is way lower than what was anticipated. We're actually looking at approximately 25 million, and that is estimated in 2050 not to be 20 million, but actually we'll be topping over 28 million, expected to be our peak senior population. So we're going to have to find ways to financially support the expanding system, or the healthcare crisis could wind up in disaster. Now, do you know what the fastest growing part of the population is? Believe it or not, it's those who are going for age 100. That's right. Just like the three brothers that we talked about, those are going to be the fastest growing population growth that we're going to see by the year 2050. As you can see, we've already seen tremendous growth in Medicare spending, and that is accelerating at a rapid pace. It's important we do find a way to keep the Medicare system viable. As I mentioned, it will be under increased stress. So what are we seeing in coverage trends? The majority of beneficiaries are selecting Medicare Advantage policies, many of which are still at $0 premiums, and with many of the embedded benefits that I alluded to earlier. Now, our job as brokers has become much more demanding in recent years with the constant rise of prescription drug prices and the many choices available. Now, everybody's different. So our task is to suggest the best plan for your particular need. We spend months learning, testing, training to do the best job for you. The only thing constant is change. And we're always seeing new carriers entering the marketplace and others leaving. For example, in 2019, we saw 14 new carriers enter the marketplace, and we saw 7 carriers depart. In 2018, according to statistics, there were actually 285 carriers in the marketplace nationally. And now by 2021, of course, that figure has gone up considerably. At the same time, we've seen huge consolidation of major brands. Now, some were approved by the DOJ and some were not. You can see that the original application from Aetna and Humana, and also the one with Anthem and Cigna, those were denied by the Department of Justice. But approved last year was CVS and Aetna. CVS purchased Aetna, and now recently Humana and Walgreens. And now, not on the slide is the merger of Centene with HealthNet and WellCare. That will be effective during this upcoming enrollment period. So what new changes are affecting us? MACRA, or the Medicare Access and CHIP Reauthorization Act, and that's a mouthful, was signed into law in 2015 and has slowly been implemented through the years. It has been responsible for many changes, some in treatment, less cost to consumers, assistance for providers, and especially that the popular F plan, Medicare supplement, is available only to those who have turned age 65 before the year 2020. That has been replaced for those aging into Medicare by the G plan with almost identical benefits. Prior to this annual enrollment, those with end-stage renal disease or kidney failure were unable to get coverage when applying for a new enrollment. That is changing. And the question on ESRD will no longer be on the new enrollment forms. Now, there is good and bad in everything. There's going to be more cost to carriers because of covering ESRD. And that means for us that in the future, $0 premium plans may be just a thing of the past. And we're seeing maximum out-of-pockets, or as they're known in the industry as MOOPs, one of our many synonyms. Those are going up. And by the year 2022, they'll be at $8,400 for maximum out-of-pockets on these plans. Meanwhile, the funding gap for Medicare will continue to expand. Now, while Medicare Advantage plans that include HMOs, health maintenance organizations, and PPOs, preferred provider organizations, will continue to command the market share, Medicare supplements, or as they are also known as Medicare gap plans, will continue to grow and be about 48% of coverage selections. And these are the companies that are dominating the market at this time. It's interesting to note that these companies are also loading these plans up with extras that can include gym membership, hearing, dental and vision care, drug discounts, chiropractic, and acupuncture benefits, and more. Oh gosh, I better stop because I'm sounding like an old quarterback pitching Medicare on TV. I don't want to do that. These plans are called G+, Innovative G plans, and so forth. On this particular chart, what we're looking at is some of the average premiums and costs that we're going to see in the coming year. For example, nationally, HMOs, also here in Riverside County, California, and San Bernardino County, throughout California, those are still at zero. PPOs, there are no PPOs in Riverside County. There is a PPO in San Bernardino County, however, and throughout California. Nationally, they average 35. They're higher here in California. And then the HDG, that refers to a high deductible G plan, and that's an interesting alternative choice for Medicare supplement, as it keeps the premiums much lower. It's good for certain individuals. And then this just shows average premiums throughout the country for the different supplement plans that you see here. And as we've previously mentioned, the out of maximum annual coverage MOOPs are going up, and they will be higher as the years progress. I just want to mention that we're seeing new models of healthcare, and they've begun to appear. This one is in Berwyn, Illinois. And these are especially for those with chronic conditions like heart and circulation problems, breathing difficulties, diabetes. These are centers where seniors get checked by medical doctors and staff, and where they can also serve as social centers where beneficiaries can meet, exercise, and have social intercourse. They are only in certain locations throughout the country. There are some in Southern California, but not in Riverside County. The pandemic has made us virtual brokers in order to keep serving our clients at the highest possible level. We're very proud of our website, and that's LJRinsurance.com. And during the annual enrollment period, here are just some of the things that you can do. You can make appointments for online enrollment. You can enroll by phone or face-to-face with masking. And on our website, we have lots of information for you. You have a lot of educational material. We do a regular blog, and that's posted. We have a newsletter that comes out 3 times a year, and all sorts of different products that are available for shopping online. You are even able to self-enroll on our website. We're very proud of all the changes that we have made. We still want to help you on a one-to-one basis, but the website gives you the ability to do many things. I mentioned that old football player. They're constantly pitching so-called free benefits and asking you to call to get the information. We want you to know that when you do, you'll be speaking to a national call center, and they will give the call to a broker who may or may not know about the physicians and services and hospitals in your area. We make it a point to do a lot of research so we do know what is available here locally. We want to thank you for coming. And here's a little presentation we have that I hope you enjoy. Again, thank you for being here. Please call us if you want to make any changes, check your medications, or if you want to see if there might be better coverage, especially if you have a prescription drug plan. There's a lot of changes taking place in that area of the marketplace. Remember, we're here for you 12 months of the year. You can always call us at 760-699-1359. This happens to be a very busy time, but if we're helping other clients, we promise we'll get back to you within 24 hours or hopefully a lot sooner than that. And please, if you know of anyone who you think would benefit by our services, please tell them about us. We appreciate your recommendations. Please let them know they'll have to call us. We're not allowed by Medicare rules to make any cold calls. We hope you enjoyed this presentation and look forward to speaking with you soon. Again, thank you for attending.